I love this microphone. This mic is awesome. Hey, thank you for joining, everybody. We're gonna minimize one of these screens. I'm very poor at technology. Okay. How you guys doing? For those that are replay, thank you. If you're live, thank you. Oh, nothing like an ice cold cup. Hey, Bernie. How's my audio? How's my video? Hopefully my video and audio are good. If my audio is too loud, please let me know. I'll turn it down. I'm gonna chat in here real quick. So there's a reason why I typed up how's it, aloha and how's it. So aloha is what tourists say, and then how's it is what we say. Now, if there's people visiting, tourists or whatever, then we say aloha, but we rarely say aloha unless we're feeling nostalgic. I'm gonna clean my glasses real quick. Do me a favor. Tell me where you guys are watching from. What city, what state, what country, and also let me know if it's 4th of July or not. They started lighting fireworks on our hillside already. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. If you guys are not following me on Twitter, I updated my Twitter a little bit today. I did a replay of my dad, who is a tsunami survivor. Hopefully the video worked out. I had issues with it earlier. We're going to spend the next 20, 30 minutes just talking story. I'm going to probably promote myself, of course, and then kind of talk story with you guys. Oh, you're in the future. I keep forgetting. You and Louise Poppy are in the future. I think you are 14 or 16 hours ahead. You guys don't celebrate 4th of July. I mean, at least not our 4th of July. Or do you guys? It'd be weird if you celebrate our Independence Day. But if you're native Hawaiian, and we'll talk about that, if you're native Hawaiian, you don't technically celebrate Independence Day because that's not our Independence Day. That's someone else's Independence Day. Yeah. You guys have your own set of holidays, I'm sure. Yeah. Let me go ahead and play around with it. So I'm going to upload this video. Hopefully it works out. Let me see. Is that a video? I'm so new at this. This Periscope. Not Periscope. Oh my God. I said Periscope, didn't I? Oh my God. Zaps. Okay. Let me puff it up. This is Australia Day. Oh, this is Kailua. This is not Waimanalo. There's this guy on YouTube my wife and I watch. His name is I can't remember his name, but he does these funny videos. He dresses in character. He goes Psh. He goes to the gym, pretends he's working there, but he's not. He trolls everybody. So I think this is let's take this picture down. Wait, what am I doing? Stop it. Okay, let's take that one out. And then put this guy in here. Excuse me. What exactly is Australia Day? So this is this video. Hopefully, it's playing. It's probably lagging, but it's in this place called Waimanalo. And this place in Waimanalo, this is where, if you know who Keanu Reeves is, this is where his dad's from, his biological father. This is where Obama is building his new vacation home. He's building on the old Magnum PI property. Yeah. So what do you? So I know it's Sunday. So what time is it in? Let's talk to Google. I know I could ask you guys, but what time is it in Australia? 6:21 p.m. Oh, it's dinner time. Hey, John, how are you? Good to see you. How do I say hello? It's good to see you in French. Hey, Chad, how are you? Good to see you.
Bonjour, heureux de vous rencontrer.
Google Translate is awesome. I'm good. It is 10:22 p.m. I'm going to probably end this in about. We'll try to limit this to an hour or less. I got to finish my notes for tomorrow. Everybody's in the well. Technically, everybody's in the future. Hawaii's in the past, so we're in no rush to go anywhere. Excuse me, I'm burping. I had a couple of videos I was going to show you guys. Yeah, so 222. You're 4 hours ahead. Sorry, I'm cracking my knuckles. This mic picks up everything. I'm wearing headphones because I want to hear what you guys hear. But man, that feels good. Oh, I was gonna say I cooked 2 whole chickens today. I did one in a smoker. Well, it's a Weber grill, and I'm able to do a smoke. I'll show you guys what I did. Let me see if I can do Google. No, snake method grill. So there's a method. It's called the snake method. And that's what I did. That's how I made my chicken. I'll show you guys. I know some people like to grill and some don't, but I'm gonna show you guys what I did. So let's see. This is probably the best representation of mine. There. So I have a Weber grill. You guys ever heard of a Weber? It's a kettle grill, and this is what it looks like. Let me see if I can. Let's do a Chrome tab. So this is what it looks like. You take your coals. Wait, gotta hide myself. Let me hide myself for a second. You take your coals and you line them out around the grill, on the edge of the grill, and then so you light one end, and I think with the picture you see, that takes probably about 12 hours. So that's the stink method. Yeah. Time difference. I think you guys are like 16 hours ahead. I believe. That's what it is. Let's see. Hey Google, what's the time difference between us and Australia? Why Google's not talking right now? What time it is in Australia? It's so six. If it's 6:25, you are six, or you're 8 hours ahead. Oh, no. I apologize. In Japan, they're like 14 hours. No, no, no. So you're in the future. Wait. Oh my gosh. How do I figure this out? You're in Sunday. No, you're in Monday. Wait. Is it? Oh my god. I'm brain farting. It's Monday. Isn't it Monday in Australia? What's up, ABomb76? Watching from Twitch. Oh, it's Sunday? What the heck? How can it only be? Oh, but it's PM. Six. Okay, so hey, ABomb76. Thank you for joining me in Twitch, man. I appreciate that. I don't get a lot of traffic in Twitch, but I do multicast. I'm on Haps. I'm on YouTube Live. I'm also on and I'm on different platforms, Twitter, all at the same time. So September. Hey, Dave. I think Dave is watching from Twitter, or is he watching from Haps? I don't know. So, I meant to introduce myself for those that don't know. I'm just a dude in Hawaii. Man, you speak whatever language you want as long as you're respectful, bro. So, I'm just a dude that lives in Hawaii. I'm married, have 4 kids. My wife and I are pastors. We do a lot of nonprofit work here. I like to make money, so I'd have my hands in a lot of different things. Um, my goal, obviously, is to be able to provide enough for my family where they don't have to worry about finances. So that's the plan. We're not chasing money, but if we're going to bless people or if we're going to do nonprofits and help people, you need money. So yeah, we got some really cool guys. And if you guys don't know who David Osaka is, man, that guy, you got to follow him. Whether you follow him on Twitter, on YouTube, or if you follow him on Haps, whatever platform, you just got to follow the guy. Um, I'll let him explain himself. So, but I was going through my DMs with him, and man, I was going back to 2016. I don't know if Dave ever looked back, but it's one of those nights. I'm just sitting here looking at my DMs, and I'm like, man, I've known Dave for so long, and I have not met the guy. I haven't met him yet in person. But yet I know that when we finally have a sit down and we eat, it's going to be like crazy. Like, we're going to have such a good time. Yeah. That's where I met David initially, was on Periscope. And I think when I seen him eating some really exotic foods, like, wow, that's pretty amazing. Like, because that's kind of stuff that I enjoy. I don't know about like the 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 fish sperm and I probably could not. I could probably do away with that. But everything else, I would love to eat. And I mean this in no disrespect to the people that are vegans, but I did do one scope day. I don't think I did the first one. I think I did. Um, that was awesome. 19 hours ahead. Okay, thank you somebody for figuring that out. But scope day was one, man. That was one of the most amazing events that really started a lot. I think Mike Lynn is his name. The guy that started all that, and of course, a lot of unfortunate things happened through. I mean, but that was an amazing event. I mean, just everybody around the world just jumping in and broadcasting. Little fun fact: I don't think you guys knew this. Someone can fact check me, but let me burp for a second. Let me gassy. But I believe now, someone can fact check me. Periscope was the first majorly successful live streaming platform that had a major audience and had a good platform and a palatable application and also website support. YouTube didn't have one yet. YouTube did not go live until after Periscope/Twitter proved that it was worth the investment. And then Facebook didn't go live until after Periscope did. And now Ustream was live back in 2008, I believe. I was live streaming on Ustream, but there was nowhere near that connection that Periscope had. Something that Periscope did that just, it connected people. But Ustream was really good because we were using that for our church. There were some for I was thinking, man, if Ustream had just not quit, I think they would have been on top, in my opinion. You know, but now I think they're owned by IBM, if I'm not mistaken. And IBM doesn't even use them for it. I think they just paid for the technology, and maybe the employees or those that are. That's some really loud screaming. I know, I can hear it on my microphone. Yeah, I can leave it over there. This mic picks up everything. But yeah, Scope Day was amazing. And then we tried something here in Hawaii. Justin Cancina, who made Twitch. Twitch is genius. If there was a platform that I would probably go to other than Haps, would be Twitch. It's just that Twitch is so big and complicated for me. There's a lot of rules now with Twitch, and there's a lot of potential in Twitch. And let me put my face on. I feel like like, but Twitch is has the most potential for for broadcasters, and but there's so many rules. So I was going through it, but the beautiful thing about Twitch is the video quality is good. The monetization model is good, and not that it's about money, but in a sense, it is for people that's what they do. That's how they spend their day. Yeah, there's a lot of game. Hey, Mike, there's a lot of gamers on Twitch for sure. Man, I that kid, that ninja, what he was able to do, like 500. What was it? It was like $500,000 a month on Twitch, just Twitch alone. That's crazy. Like, who does that? I think it was 500,000. But now there's different a lot of categories. I'm on, I think, chat. I forget what I'm under vlogging. How much money does Ninja make on Twitch? Yeah, so oh my gosh. So he this is from Google and this is from techiegamers.com. He makes $550,000 per month from Twitch, and he makes $500,000 from YouTube, and he makes 3.5 million from endorsements. So, and this guy's a kid, no college education. I think he has a little bit of college education. I think is a kid. So, but hey, Missy, but it all starts with $5 a month. That's something that I think for me. Zoe, what are you making? Oh, okay. I can hear the ting, 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 ting. This microphone is crazy. I'm using a Blue Yeti. So, but it comes down to $5 a month. These kids, my kids included, when you watch people like him, they're so entertained. They learn something. Like, you know what? I can afford $5 a month. If we have enough people to just drop $5, you know, that's why for me, like, I'm so grateful when guys like when they just buy like a 50 cents or a $1. What do you call these on apps? They call them awards, whether it's a super hard or what. I mean, I'm so appreciative because at the end of the day, whenever, I was reading somewhere where this guy says, man, if I just make $300 a day, I'm good. And that's what he needs to survive. So, but anyways, how did we get to talking? We're talking about live streaming. Getting back to Scope Day, let's talk about it. Scope Day was so amazing because there was like every country on this planet represented. It was pretty amazing, and people were able to travel. And I remember meeting people like Babylon Brook, of course, Dave. There were people from all over. There's the guy. I can't remember her name. She's an Italian name, Rosa Cavanale. I can't remember her name, but she wrote a book, Rosa Cavanalieri. Oh my gosh, I'm butchering that so bad. I'll find her. Here in Hawaii, we started something similar, but it wasn't. We did Hawaii Scope Day where we had a bunch of. It was themed around Hawaii. Yeah, I'm the name butcher. Um, shoot. Anyways, we did a Hawaii Scope Day where it was centered around Hawaii, but also people from Hawaii, and so people that did not live here, we had them share Hawaii where they were at. So, like, we had a girl who was in Tennessee, I believe, and she was a part of Hawaii Scope Day, and she shared what it was like being in another state, even though she's from Hawaii.
Mommy asked if you could buy ice cream.
Tell her I'm live, so as soon as I'm done my live, I will. What the heck, Dave? Thank you, Dave. Dave just made me smile. Now I gotta put on my Speedos and send Dave a picture in his DMs. What the heck, Dave? But so that's kind of what we did to kind of give our version of it. And then, if you guys remember Point of View, he was a photographer from here in Hawaii. He organized another event called, I think, Global Aloha, and all that meant was any broadcaster from around the world. Hi, Louise. We're talking about you. Good to see you. If you guys are not following Louise, make sure you follow Louise too. So it was called Global Aloha, and all that meant was we have broadcasters from around the world, and they would basically share their aloha. So in Hawaii, aloha, New Zealand has a much better version, but in Hawaii, aloha is literally ha is breath, and it's like an exchange of breath, and it's like or exchanging life. So if you ever heard me say, "Hey, just speak life over one another," sometimes we think speaking truth is the best thing, but that's not always so. Sometimes speaking truth actually cuts people, and they may not be ready to be cut, even though it's the truth. So in Hawaiian, when you say aloha, it's like an exchange of a breath. So um, now in New Zealand, they have the same thing, except they put the forehead to forehead, nose to nose, and then literally an exchange of breath. It's one of the most intimate ways to say hello, to say goodbye. Yeah. So if you want to learn about that, follow Louise. Like we're planning actually to go to New Zealand. We wanted to do it this year, but it's really up to my cousin. They have churches out there in New Zealand. So we're praying and hoping that we can make that happen. And if we do go, of course, it'll be ministry. We'll be working. But anybody knows anything about successful people learn how to vacation while they're working. So there's so many benefits to it too, right? So, but we were talking about Scope Day. That's going to dominate this conversation, I think. But we need to do something like that where it unifies everybody, where we can do a hashtag. So if you guys have ideas, man, let's talk about it. Yeah, make sure you follow if you guys not following. I don't know what kind of hashtag we could do. Obviously, I'm sure the guys at Haps would like to have some kind of Haps involvement, but it don't have to have that. It can have more universal. Because honestly, let's be truthful and transparent. Not everybody is 100% completely sold yet on any specific platform. You know, so I think Habs by far is the most. They're the heavyweights right now because of the community and what they're doing for the broadcasters. So that no other company has done that. Not even Periscope did that in a big. Periscope took care of the broadcaster after they found out people were not as happy. So anybody can debate with that. That's fine. But Periscope had a good platform in the beginning, so they didn't necessarily have to make us happy. But after a while, it got challenging, so they started introducing monetization. So yeah, I gotta ask before we get any further, Dave or Louise, are you guys gonna go live within the next 15, 20 minutes or right after? Because if you are, I want to make sure that they know that you're gonna go live. I'm totally. Who the heck is slamming doors? This mic is crazy. It picks up everything. You're not. Hey, keep us in prayer if that's what you do. Like in Florida, it's really, really it's sad. Oh my gosh, I'm not laughing, but it's crazy what happened over there. The building collapsed, and like I think they fear like 100, maybe more than 100 people are gonna be found. You know, it's crazy. One of the rescue workers, he found his kid. Yeah, Dave, are you teaching English still? Is that your bread and butter? I know you teach, but are you teaching English in Japan? Is that what you're doing? Oh, okay. So I met up with Al, who was in Tokyo. So we have Dave in Osaka, we have Al in Tokyo, but now Al is in Hawaii, and we had a great conversation about English and Japanese and how the culture in here in Hawaii. So now they have a hurricane. Oh, I know, it's crazy. So, but I've always been a fan of Japanese food and Japanese culture. I know I make fun of, I make fun of everybody. But I love Japanese food and the excellence that they put into it. Yeah. If you guys haven't been to my website, there's an old blog post I put up. I did scope our meetup, but it was so quiet. I gotta figure out how to get my volume louder because I have a Google phone and it's like it's not the same. And I have a microphone, little lapel, but I don't know. Yeah, I gotta figure that out. But it was good, and we talked about Japanese culture, and I shared about our restaurant experience. He looks more grown up without a beard, doesn't he? Yeah, that guy can converse. He's a very good conversationalist. I'm not a good conversationalist. I'm a good blabber. So if you guys remember Blab when it came out? Yeah, I'm a good blabber. I can sell you stuff that you don't want to buy because I just won't shut up. So yeah. But yeah, getting back to Japanese culture, I ate at this restaurant called Teppanyaki Ginza Onodera, or Jinza. I think it's Ginza Onodera. And it's one of only 9 restaurants in the world that is allowed to sell Kobe beef from that prefecture in Japan. The other 8 restaurants are in Vegas, Texas, New York. I can't remember the others. There's several other restaurants. But that beef, oh my gosh, it's like we paid the price too because my wife's dinner was like $300. Mine was $200. But the beautiful thing is they didn't charge tax and they don't take gratuities. In that Japanese culture, how they were explained to us, they don't take gratuity because they believe it's disrespectful. So I'm like, I'm glad you think it's disrespectful because the way I tip, I like to tip, 20%. So 20% of $500 bill would be like, what is 10%? $50. My tip would have been $100, which would be fine, but they didn't take tips. Hello from Greytown. They did, yeah. But they're saying in well, I don't know if it's true. Maybe you can verify. They believe that their quality of work was worth it, so they didn't have to charge for gratuity. How do I say that? Mela Nawe? Am I pronouncing your name right? I forgot that I can put you guys comments in here. Let me see if I can just. I you know I keep forgetting that I can put you guys comments on screen. I guess it takes a little while. It's kind of like what do you call that? StreamYard. I have StreamYard that I use too. I'm still gonna keep StreamYard for my ministry, for our church and stuff. But like because this is a little bit too busy right now for us. But anyways, I forgot we can put you up on there. Where is Greytown? And let me see what your name is. I know I've seen you before, and I apologize if I forgot. Mela, it's good to see you, Mela. New Zealand, and you're a nurse. Well, thank you for jumping in. I want to subscribe to you because I want to see. I want to follow places where I know that I would love to travel. So I just followed you, subscribed to you. But how do I say that last name? Can somebody help me out? It's Na Nyangwe. Nyangwe. Did I say it right? Nayang. I'm totally butchering it, so I apologize. So yeah, getting back to Dave. Dave teaches Japanese. I mean English to Japanese, I believe. He can probably teach Japanese too. But it's amazing that he's from Canada. That blows my mind. I love that. And then even Luis, he's like all over the world. Greytown. Oh, it's in South Africa. Did I say New Zealand? Why did I say New Zealand? Oh, because I read and now, so that shows my South Africa. I had some friends from South Africa when I was a kid, and they had this dessert, no, this breakfast. It was their version of pancakes, and I remember they called it panakoek. That's all I know. They called it panakoek, and it was kind of like a crepe, and I loved it. It was amazing. And I remember I'll never. It's the weirdest things that I remember. But they ate with the fork upside down, and it was weird. Like, how do you guys eat food like that? Yeah. Tomorrow, I'm gonna try my best to broadcast the fireworks show, and the fireworks show hopefully will be in my neighborhood. Here in Hawaii, they light illegal fireworks like like it's going out of style. So let me show you guys. So if I didn't show you guys this that came in, let me show this video. This is I haven't edited this video yet, but this is a place called Waimanalo, and when I edit it, it'll obviously be a little bit better quality colors. And usually when I shoot my videos, I shoot it in, and they call it D-Log. It's a very flat color profile. No, it's 4th of July. Yeah, it's Independence Day for the United States. So if we get political, in Hawaii, we have a much different history. A much different history. You know, a lot of people that know anything about Hawaii history, we were, for lack of a better word, our kingdom was overthrown by the United States. I think in 1898. Yeah, 1890, I think is the year. And so it was an occupation slash takeover slash indoctrination slash gentrification. But look, at the end of the day, it happened. If it wasn't the United States, it would have been somebody else. That's how I look at it, and I might be wrong. And Gabby Reese, anybody know who Gabby Reese is? She's a former, what was she? Beach volleyball player, and she's married to a guy from Hawaii. His name is Laird Hamilton. But anyways, she went on a show, and she talked about living in Hawaii. Matariki. I'm butchering that too. Matariki, and I thought Hawaii was lucky or something like that. So what happened in the occupation, and then of course the United States made Hawaii a state officially in 1959. But if you Google President Bill Clinton in 1995, he officially signed a letter apologizing to the state and or to the Kingdom of Hawaii for what the United States did to them. Yeah, she talked about, check this out. So if you ever wondered about Hawaiian culture, and I loved how she described it, she said that if you ever come to Hawaii, it's very laid back here. It's like you're in a different country, but yet you're in the safety and security of the United States. That's why right now Hawaii is it's jam packed with visitors right now because people can't travel internationally right now. So they all come here, and it's crazy. But there's something about Hawaii that's so laid back. Nobody's in a rush to go anywhere. It's the weather, obviously, it's the ocean, the vibes, it's whatever you want to call it. And she said that's the most beautiful thing, except that when you come here, you're lonely. Like you do a lot of things alone in isolation. Hey, Bobby, good to see you. Good to see you. Did somebody just fart? Oh, it's my chair. Before I forget, if you guys are not following Bobby, you gotta follow. She is a high volume, high quality, authentic, legit broadcaster way in the other side of the planet. And it is like around lunchtime for her. So thank you for carving out that time of the day to be here. But getting back to what Gabby Reese said, she's talking about the culture here in Hawaii is so laid back. When she's in LA, hello, Italian stallion from London. When she's in LA, it's busy. There's so much action. She's learning from people. She's able to get mentored. But when she comes here, she's like one with nature, one with the ocean, one with the mountains. It's just her. And she said that's good, but it's a double-edged sword because you get so laid back. If you don't have a tribe or a collection of people, thank you very much, Bobby. If you don't have a tribe or a collective of people that are on the same page as you, you can very quickly fall prey to being so laid back that there's no ambition. Now, there's nothing wrong with that because if you're from Hawaii, like I said, where are we going to go? There's no rush. You've got the ocean, you got the mountain, you've got your food, you got your family, you got your everything you need is here. So there's no need for you to be like a Fortune 500 company. Why would you want that? Because in Native Hawaiian culture, what we believe is you don't own anything. That's why when and I don't want to be disrespectful, but when the Caucasian men came, and it's not just the United States, but Caucasian in general, outsiders, when they came, we're talking about everything. Yeah, whatever. So they laughed because you can't own anything because when you die, you don't take it with you. So while you're here, you're just a steward. You're just a steward of what you've been given, and how you treat that. Whether the next generation is able to carry that on or not depends on how well you steward it, and also the next generation that follows. So, getting back to Hawaiian culture, so someone that's living in Hawaii, she had to learn very quickly that the Hawaiians we are a warrior culture by nature, but we're very much so a family culture too. And so, when you take that element and you change it, like for example, here in Hawaii, if our men are not a protector, provider, they don't have that. I'm not trying to be chauvinistic, but if they don't have that in them, we fall prey to other things. You know, like for example, the drug and alcohol addiction is really bad here in Hawaii. It's a lot worse than people would know. And for those that have been following me, that's like we opened a drug and alcohol rehab 2 years ago here in Hawaii, in Kailua, where we were living. So, but anyways, getting back to all that, that just shows how beautiful Hawaii is and the adjustments you have to make just to live here. So, but anyways, getting back, I want to finish up with Scope Day. Uh, I would love for us to have something similar on a global scale where we can just say, hey, on this day, on this, let's have a group of broadcasters. Let's just share, turn our phones on or computers, and let's, whether it's a comment, that would be amazing. I don't know what we would call it. It'd have to be something really simple and universal. And I'm not gonna head it up. By the way, I'm just throwing the idea out there. But I'll definitely join in. But if you guys are not following Bobby, then I'm not sure if she's still in here, but she is a friend of ours out there in London, and I'm just gonna cheat off her profile, but her profile says she's an artist. Very simple. So, but she does amazing art, and also she does a lot of what I call life. She shares life, um, and she's pretty authentic. Like I say authentic because she's very respectful, but there's also no sugarcoating. She was walking somewhere close to where she was walking. That's stuff that I like to do. Not necessarily just walking, but like just I want you guys to do what I'm doing, right? So, but then she started talking about like boobies and stuff. I'm like, oh my god, she's like, is she really talking? Wait, did she just say that? I'm like, oh, so I figured I'm gonna jump in. Yeah, you know what? I have the same issue, but I don't want to say I have saggy boobs, but I have my rear end kind of bounces. So in New Malden, so here since I've got New Zealand and UK in here, do, answer this question: what is it with teas? Who does not like to say teas? Is it the British or is it you can't? No, I'm not even gonna go there because I can't run either. What is it about teas? Like, do people in the UK not like the letter T, or is it New Zealand? Is it Australia? Um, yeah, because I heard people say water when it's water, and then I heard people say British, but it's British. So I'm just trying to figure out which is right. Because I tried to pretend to be T. Yeah, so so what are the okay? Here's the question: what are the rules? Because if I try to pretend to have an accent, people are like, you are so way off. Like for example, this is my impression, okay, and this is no region or continent or country. This is my collection of accents. So, man, I'm gonna butcher the heck out of this. How you doing there, mate? Out there in the water? Gotta be careful. Out there in the water. Is that what you are, scallywag? Oh, bollocks. So that's my collection, and that's so terrible. I know it is. It's so. And I used to watch You're Albanian, but I can't really do proper English. So here's a question. So who owns the English language? Is it the British? Did I sound Aussie? Aussie? Is it Aussie? See, I'm so confused. Like, it's like, what the heck? Okay, so it's Australia, but I see AUSSIE. But then I see people put OZ. England, English, yeah. Yeah. So I guess England, hello. So hey, let me share. Okay, so reason why I'm confused is because my ethnicity, my bloodline is Hawaiian, Chinese, and Filipino. Okay, but my nationality is in the United States. I have a social security card. I pay taxes. Blah blah blah. So yeah. So yeah.
My neighbor's baby's crying.
I know it's loud. What's going on?
It's their newborn.
They have a newborn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
So we have to be more quiet now.
No, be more loud. I have 4 kids, by the way. I have 2 boys and 2 girls, and we're taking care of my mother-in-law. She's going to be 80 pretty soon. So I'm not going to talk loud because I don't want to think. Wait, you don't take care of me. So then again, in America, let's say speaking fluent American, not English. God bless. Are you leaving, Bobby? Or are you saying God bless those? Oh, God bless. Yeah. That's Auntie Bobby right there.
That is?
Mm-hmm. Not here in Hawaii, we call everybody Auntie just out of respect. Anybody that's older, so she's an artist in London. I'm gonna click on buy me a coffee. Let me see what that says. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna buy her a coffee. I'm not rich, so I'm gonna just start one right now. Here we go. There we go. I just bought Bobby a coffee. But I don't know if you can buy a coffee for $1. Congratulations. There we go.
Put that cookie down now.
That's my phone. So in Hawaii, every elder or older person, my kids, we call them auntie, whatever. So yeah. This is my youngest son, by the way. This is Gideon. He is, how old are you? 8?
Mm-hmm.
He's 8.
Gonna be 9 in 2 months.
When's your birthday? September 9th.
Mm-hmm.
His birthday is September 9th. I always forget. So his is September 9th. My other son is June 5th. My youngest daughter is January, November 26th. And then my oldest is March 1st. And then my wife's Uncle Dave says, hi, Gideon.
Hi.
Uncle Dave, you want to know what Uncle Dave eats? He eats raw, poisonous fish. Thank you very much, Bobby. You'd have to do that. We're like, you know what we're doing? And I know we appreciate each other. We love each other. But we're taking money and we're flying it around the globe. And it's great. But you know what? That's what we do. Yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So what we do is Dave Kiyosaki, one of the most prominent business gurus in the planet, said that at any given moment, within a 24-hour period, I think he said there's at least $1 trillion that goes around the globe. And he said the question is, what are you going to do about that? So, yeah. What are you doing? I'm not paying attention to you. Stop! You're making my chair fart. It sounds like fart on my headphones. Stop. This mic. I'm using a Blue Yeti, and it picks up everything. I I see I see a I see a percentage of the trillions, but you know what? It goes back. It goes to my creditors. It goes to my yeah. It goes to the state of Hawaii Department of Taxation. It goes to property. So fortunately, my dad pays the property taxes. So we have a property in the Big Island where the volcano is, but my dad pays the property taxes. So and it's not that much. So do it. Come on, do it now. Do it harder. Yeah. Sorry, Arnold. He's a great speaker. Get in. Stop. You're making that thing squeak. Like, get another chair. If you want to sit, get another chair. The blue. I love the blue. Dude, this thing is loud. They don't know until they put the headphones on. Yeah, you want to hear the story about the Xbox? Okay, so since we're talking random, I had a PlayStation 4 a couple of years ago, and I bought it. Actually, no, it was donated to me. My brother gave it to me, and I kept playing this game called Destiny, and I would not stop. And I'm a grown man, right? And I'm playing video games, and I was rationalizing my sleep and actually debating to call in sick to work the next day because I was so addicted to playing video games. I got rid of it. Yeah. And then a couple years later, we ended up getting an Xbox, whatever it's called, the one. We had two of them. I had one for my office. I had two of them. I had one for my office and one for my house. No, you're not a bad influence. Trust me. Huh. And it got so bad. And you know what? One of them broke. Actually, both of them broke. I said, you know what? We're done. We're not going to play anymore. But you know what? Man, if that's how kids, like, there's this kid that makes money, obviously. And he makes like $500,000 a month off of Twitch playing video games. Why not? It's crazy. I'd be like, can you buy me a house, Gideon? You make your millions. Buy me a house in like in Pongo Pongo in Samoa. I can have a house in Tahiti and New Zealand. He does coding. What is it really? My youngest daughter. So we've been homeschooling for 5 years now, and my youngest daughter started coding when she was 9 or 10, and she just did it for fun. She's not interested in doing it anymore, but she did her first game or app. She just watched YouTube and figured it out. She just did it for fun. That is really awesome, Bobby. Like, man, don't put a ceiling on our kids, right? Man, just let them go. Like, as long as we're parenting them. Dude, that's crazy. That's how I met. So, if you don't know my story with Periscope, because of Periscope, I was able to meet Joey, who at the time was the founder of EggDrop, which was a software that we developed. He developed. I didn't develop. I just promoted it, but where it filled a void that Periscope had, and basically was moderation. Sorry, that's my car. That's my camera. That was moderation for, like, show me your boobies, and then there's moderation for engagement. Anyways, but man, Joey's a genius. Like, developing apps, but if your kids can learn that stuff at an early age, why not? We did approach the conversation. Yeah. So I'm not sure how that went. So, but it turned out was really good. I was, they have a pretty decent moderation system, I think. So.
Daddy, I'm gonna go to bed.
Oh, you are? Can you hear me?
It's 11:05.
Yeah, I gotta end it about 10 minutes. Love you.
Me too. It's almost midnight.
Wishing to follow his dreams, don't need to be scared. Whatever it takes makes him happy. I would say, and I'm not giving advice. I'm just sharing my heart. But like for me, I have a board of directors for me. That's just my I have a personal board of directors, and what that means for me is that there are 5 people that I trust with my life, and if I were to leave or something happens, that I know that they would be in position to help my family if that was ever the case. But these board of directors, one is my dad, obviously. I have a couple of pastors, business owners, and why I call them my board of directors is because at any given moment, if I'm struggling or if I need guidance, or it could be anything, business or even spiritual, even like if I'm working on a sermon for church and I'm like, hey, Dad, can you look at this, or do you? And I have that because I want to have accountability. Um, and I tell my wife and my kids, that's something I desire for our kids one day, to be able to have that, so they have, what I mean. They have people that some people call them a tribe. I like calling it a board of directors because it puts me in a position where I'm not. I don't want to be the smartest guy in the room. I shared with some of our guys. Um, so if you don't know my story, I'm a pastor, and we also we have it's called a Hope Center. And so back in 2019, we opened up a Hope Center, which is a drug and alcohol program, and I volunteer there now. I'm not on their payroll anymore, but I volunteer. And so one of the things that I've always shared with these guys was, it's very important that if we're going to be successful, we've always got to find people smarter and better than us. But key, they have to be willing to teach you, to show you, or even mentor you. And so, and I have a model. Whenever we have, like in the past, we've had staff meetings, and I'm like, guys, I just want you to know I am not the smartest person in the room, you know, but definitely vision. It's one thing that I really believe that for me, you got to have the vision to be able to lay it out. If people are not going to share the same vision, you may have to realign yourself with different people. So, you two sisters, my brother would be on my board. He would be on my board, but he's just family for me. So my brother's in Oregon. He just bought a beautiful house in Oregon, beautiful place. I don't know if I could live in the mainland. I used to live there, so not in Oregon, but I live in the East Coast, in the South. But I don't know if I could. I'm not sure yet. That's something. If I did live anywhere, it would be Colorado, definitely. So I'm not sure if any of you guys have dreams of living in other places, but if you did, where would it be if you could pick another location, whether it's part time, 6 months out of the year? Where would it be? Hi, Emily. Good to see you. The smartest Hello Kitty in the room got your bed. Yeah, thank you. Like, Emily was one of those people in Periscope that would kind of should be like my, what do you call that? My after action, or should be the what do you call that? Follow up. Anguilla in Caribbean. Did I say that right, dude? The Caribbean. That's South Pacific, correct? You lived there 4 years. Back in December, um, I went to Mexico. So we had a training in Mexico, and I loved it. Oh my gosh, I love all these so I went with a bunch of people that are not from Hawaii, but for lack of a better word, they were like from the mainland in the United States, so they were Caucasian. Like, there were no minorities, like, except in Mexico, they were minorities. So I wasn't a minority, but they were all telling me, don't leave the resort, don't leave the compound. You got to stay in. It's an all inclusive. I'm like, no, I want to eat. I want to eat what these guys eat. If I'm in I want it. So you got to be careful. They're going to kidnap you. They're going to ransom you. I'm thinking, I don't know. So everywhere I went, they looked at me and they go, "Hola." I went, "Hola." I don't speak Spanish, but I guess they thought I looked Spanish. So, yeah. From Miami, 2 hours flight. See, I love the South Pacific. I love, like, I would. I had struggles with Florida, but yeah, I don't know where would they now. It is real because when I was there, bro, they had a full blown shootout slash attempted attempted kidnapping, but it was way in the other side of Mexico. So that is legit, and I think it was gang related or something. But yeah, if you were to live in technically the United States, Hawaii would be a good substitute. Not, I can take that back. Not substitute, but if you could work remotely, like if you could do like side gigs, like travel and come back to Hawaii, Hawaii would be a great landing pad. Kung Fu Master myself. Am I Kung Fu mastering right now? I think Haps kind of does that sometimes too. But I'm not on my Android, so I'm on my home computer. So let me share some photos. I, I I I would say I love showing off my work, but it's not my work. I didn't create this beautiful creation. God did. I'm just here to show you from a bird's eye view. I'm a studio, listen to the ocean paint. If you were to come to Hawaii, I would recommend, if you like nice beaches, Kauai is nice, or Kauai. Um, Maui is okay, but I think Maui is too busy. Maui is very busy. Maui's like here, Oahu, and then Big Island. Big Island, I'm biased because that's where I'm from. So yeah, and the Big Island's got volcanoes. You got a couple of nice beaches. You've got a tropical rainforest. You've got a desert climate. If you want snow, you can go up and get some snow too. And you can do all that in the same day if you wanted to, if you're that motivated. But this picture I'm showing you, this is a Kailua. You don't want to be there this time of the year. It's crazy crowded. This is the reality of where I live. So this is like 5 minutes down the road from my house. Let me show you guys this. Like literally, I literally live 5 minutes away from this city, which is Honolulu, right there, and it's beautiful. Now, this is a great surf spot. I took this with my drone um, as well. I'll show you another photo. You guys remember the show Magnum PI? If I have a picture of the Magnum PI house. I don't have it. Maybe I do. So that TV show Magnum PI, this photo is about 5 minutes down the road from the Magnum PI house. Yeah, maybe about 7 minutes. Yeah, just a little bit farther, but it's pretty close still. I tell you what, Tom Selleck and them short shorts, dude, he's legendary. If you can wear those shorts, you definitely are legendary, for sure. This is a photo, and I've shown this before, but some of the people in here are new. This is my vacation spot. If I had one, oh, the new Magnum, yeah. This is my vacation spot. This is in Colorado. This is a lake called Twin Lakes. There's two lakes side by side, and I think this lake is about 10,000 feet in elevation. Like this is one of them. I thought Montana was nice, but this Colorado is so beautiful, and there's not that much people in Colorado, and there's not that much people in Montana either. It's so beautiful there. But this is my vacation spot. Yeah, like it took us like 8 hours just to get to this spot. It was beautiful. I loved it. It was cold. It was chilly. Like I know I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt, but up here was kind of chilly for this Hawaiian. It was cold, definitely. But getting back to spots that you live in, I know Bobby says she used to live in somewhere in the Caribbean. Where is it at? You know, I would love, and I haven't been outside of the country other than Mexico. I would love to go to Ireland. I would love to go to England. In England, I would love to go to England and UK just to eat the food. Because when I watch all those TV shows, I know it's TV and it's drama, whatever. But I would love to be able to eat some authentic. Like I don't know what it is about baked beans. Like what is it about baked beans? And I don't know. And they do this toast where they put the egg in a toast. I don't know what that's about. Harajuku, Japan, and Sanrio in downtown Tokyo. And Japan would be my place too. I would love to be able to go to Japan, definitely. But all of my vacation spots obviously are connected to food. That's my thing. If I could get some food, yeah. So, well, I've got 3 minutes. I'm going to end the broadcast in 3 minutes. I just wanted to say hello and talk story. Haps really encouraged us this past week, and so it's not about necessarily what they're opening the doors for us as broadcasters, but if it encourages the community to grow, then I'm all for that, and I appreciate that. So that's why I've been live this many times this whole week. It's like, oh, okay, this is cool, because there are no companies out there right now that are extending the red carpet the way the guys are at Haps. Yeah, so you live 4 years in Caribbean, 3 years in St. Helena, where Napoleon was exiled, in 3 years. Malawi. I mean, you've been around the planet. That probably explains, other than your creative like juices, but I think when you travel a lot, yeah. Like I said, I haven't been out of the country except for Mexico, but I've been through, I think, 20, maybe 30 different states. Yeah. The two things that I'm hoping Habs does figure out, if they haven't already, is a map feature. That is so huge, to have a map with a dot. And I'm like, let me look at the map. I've never been to South Africa. Let me click on this red dot. Boom, I'm in South Africa. And I'm not sure if that's an API that they have to pay for, or a developer, or some proprietary software that they got to buy somebody out. Yeah. Food for the brain. You put dots too. Because just think about it. If we have a map feature, I think our exposure literally just goes through the roof. And share to follow, that's right. Like right now, the only way is through push email, and that most people don't like emails. Like, people associate email with two things, in my opinion: either work, which is the, or they associate email with spam. So, like, honestly, I turn off my notifications because I don't have room. I just deleted 32. No, my wife deleted 16,000. I deleted 9,000 emails last night. So emails to me are associated with spam, or they're associated with work, and we're like, I don't want to hear it. You know what? I agree with you, Bobby, and I shared something about that. I have a lot of friends that travel a lot, but it's just my opinion, so don't take offense, because it's my opinion. But traveling is important. I get that. You get to learn, and whether it's for 2 weeks, or even if you go longer than 2 weeks, in my opinion, I think you absorb more. But when you make a decision to live, and you're committed to live, and you have to change a little bit about yourself to be able to fit into this culture, that's golden. Twitter can work. It is clumsy. Like, I have a friend that, for example, he came to Hawaii. He knew he was going to be here for 3 months for work. He knew that he didn't have to adapt, because he was going to go back home and go back into his normal life. So he never truly, and I say this in all respect, but he never truly respected our culture, or our people, or even our food, because he knew that he didn't have to, like. But when you know that you're here, and you've got to learn to eat lau lau, you got to eat kalua pig, you got to learn how to eat lomi salmon, you got to learn how to eat ahi poke, you got to learn to, you're going to make some changes. Yeah. I love live streaming because I can learn so much from like a stream. Dude, I learn a lot from you guys. So, and it's real education. It's not like Google where you get the answers right away, but when conversation is so important, and even the visual. There's a lot of visual learning in live streaming, But when someone answers your question, let me. I'm going to close it with this. The beautiful thing about live streaming is when someone reads your comments, and they say, "Oh, it's so good to see." That is like, I don't care who you are. When someone mentions your name, Louise, Bobby, you know what I mean, or Dave, or Emily, when they say your name, there's something unique and special about that, right? or even like just go down the list. Well, I can't go back that far, but when they mention your name, it's just there's something special about that. The connection, the relationship, and all that. So that's what makes this so fun. Yeah. Armchair travel or in the bed travel. There's been a lot because of the time difference here in Hawaii. I'd be laying down in bed, jumping in. I'd be in New Zealand or Australia, and it's already the next day. But I'm about to go to bed, and like, you know how many black eyes I got just watching you guys because I'm dropping the phone on my face. Yeah, it's crazy. True story. True story. I had a really big, heavy phone at one time. So, guys, I'm going to end it. But before I do, if you're watching on replay, if you're watching on YouTube Live, thank you. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you're watching on Twitch, thank you for doing that gift subscription. If you're watching on Twitter, thank you for retweeting. Make sure you share, follow, invite. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow Bobby Bicker. You follow Emily. You follow Louise Poppy. Also David Osaka. I had a couple of other people in here earlier. I'll mention them out in the comments. And thank you guys for. Make sure you go to. If you haven't been to my my website, it's therealgilo.com. Link is in my bio. I do a blog. I'm getting better. And that's just another way for people to connect. So if you're not totally invested in HAP, there's other ways to connect with me. So, guys, thank you for carving out that time of your day, like morning, evening, whatever time it is. Thank you for just carving that out to be here. I appreciate it. I really value above everything else. Thank you for all the gifts and all the the awards. But most importantly, guys, I thank you guys for your time. That is like worth more than anything. So I learned a little bit tonight, and I enjoyed a little bit. So hopefully there's a takeaway when I end this broadcast. Until next time, if I don't see you guys here in the United States, happy 4th of July. In the rest of the world, whatever day you got, we'll see you guys. Have a blessed rest of your day. If I don't see you, love you guys. God bless you guys. Ahui ho, aloha, and mahalo. All right, guys. Aloha.